Verse 479. Why is the world like a vision and a dream? How does it resemble the city of the Gandharvas? Why is it to be regarded as like a mirage, or like the moon reflected in water? Pray tell me. So this verse is about our relationship with the world. We're often told that it's like a vision and a dream. But why is it like a vision and a dream? I've mentioned before a possible distinction between vision and dream. A dream is something that we generally get lost in and forget about afterwards. But a vision has got a motivational power. It inspires us. It inspires us to act. So why is the world like this? Is this something that we're simply expected to accept? It's something that we need to realize for ourselves. The truth of it being like a vision or a dream is something that we need to realize for ourselves. Is this our experience? Well, actually, it is. It is our experience. And the thing is, we don't actually relate to our experience. We relate to our understanding. And we've got a certain understanding of how the world is. We understand the world to be out there. And we, an individual here, have to somehow make a go of it out there. So that's one particular understanding. But what's our experience? Well, let's just take the point of waking up. Perhaps we've been having some dreams, or a particular dream, and we wake up and we transfer our involvement in the dream reality to the so-called waking reality. And so we get on with our business. But at some point, perhaps in the evening of that day, we'll go back to sleep and enter into some more dreams, and so on. The condition we're in now, we would describe as waking, as being awake. And anything else that's happened before this point, or might happen afterwards in sleep, we describe as dream and don't give it any more reality than that. But let's consider what it is we're waking up into each morning as we come from dream to this so-called waking state. There are certain arguments that we might make for considering this waking state more real than the previous dream state, even though during that dream that would have been the dominant reality. We only take away reality in retrospect. During the dream, even if we know it's a dream, it's still very, very real. That is the reality that we're engaging with. That is the reality which we're feeling emotional about. During the dream, it'd be quite ridiculous to question the reality that we're experiencing in that dream. But let's come back to the arguments for why this reality we're in now, the one in which you're listening to this video, why this is somehow the dominant, more real reality. And you say, well, this is the one you always come back to. This is the one we always come back to. No matter what dreams we have, we always come back to this reality. And this argument is, of course, dependent on memory. Dependent on memories of being in this reality before. we've got a history, family, friends, job, home, circumstances. We keep coming back to this, don't we? So we've got memories, and these memories, this is the argument that we're making, is we've got memories that this reality is the one we keep coming back to. But actually, if this was a dream, it would be the same thing. In the dream, you might find yourself waking up. And you're waking up in a room. It might be a different room to the one you woke up this morning, but that's the room you've always woken up in. You've got memories, you've got history. That reality that you've woken up in, the one which we subsequently call a dream reality, is reality. So we really have to question this feeling that this reality, the one that you're hearing this video in, is somehow a dominant reality. Are there any other arguments we could make for making this the dominant reality? Well, another argument you could make is, well, this is reality which ends with your death. When you're in a dream, it can stop at any point. You either go into another dream, or you wake up into this one. This reality here, the one in which you're hearing this video, ends in death. Dreams don't always end in death, do they? So this is quite a good one, isn't it? That surely means that this is somehow a more real reality. Well, there's two things here. How do we know the dreams don't end in death? And how do we know this one ends in death? Because at the point of death, we're not going to know. Death could happen at any point. I could drop dead right now, maybe from what might be called a stroke or a brain hemorrhage or something, or the roof might fall in. It could end right now. Would I know about it? Would I even know about the cataclysmic event which causes the end of my life? So this particular reality here could end at any point. I might be expecting it. Maybe I've got a terminal illness. I might be expecting it to end at some point. Although we do expect it to end at some point anyway. It just might be made more explicit if I had a terminal illness. And I'd be getting into that state of mind as getting ready somehow, prepared for it. I'll become more conscious of my impending end. But in many cases I might not know about it. I might not even know what's happened. I'm just not in this reality anymore. And another thing, when I leave this reality, most of the time it's not because I've died. When I leave this reality and I go into a dream reality, I've not died. I just slipped over into another reality. And that can happen at any time. Perhaps I could be hypnotized. Perhaps I could hypnotize myself, or get lost in a fantastic daydream, or get caught up in a book or a film. I enter into the reality of that. I enter into a different life stream or reality stream. So it's not about waiting till the point of death. We dip in and out of realities all the time. When I'm by myself, I have one reality. But when I'm engaging with somebody else, there's another reality being created, which is somehow connected to my reality and the reality of the person I'm communicating with. So there's this huge flux, It's not a major event. There's a huge flux of different realities going on. It's like we're on a sea of different realities, and we're moving in and out of different realities all the time. And whatever reality we happen to be in at a particular point is the true reality. We give whatever reality we're engaged in at any particular point, we give it history, we give it credibility, we give it validity. We say, this is reality. And at some point we step back from it and say, no, it's not reality. And at some point we'll step back from this reality, the one in which you're hearing this video, and we'll say, no, it's not reality. That wasn't reality. It was like a vision and a dream. And we can back this up further with modern understanding. This reality is being momentarily created. It's being created from moment to moment. This is the scientific understanding. It assumes that underneath what we're experiencing is some kind of electrical pattern. This electrical pattern is supplied courtesy of the senses. These incredible organs. Transducers. They transform one kind of information into another. They transform visual information into electrical information, audio information into electrical information, tactile information into electrical information. According to science, this is all we have. Somewhere here, this thing we call me is in receipt of electrical information. And this incredible mechanism, known as the brain, somehow translates this electrical information into the whole of the sensory world, all of our sensory experience. That's the most far-fetched explanation I've ever come across, but that's the one that most of us somehow think it's respectable to subscribe to. So anyway, this transformation of electricity into the whole phenomenal universe is going on from moment to moment. This is an incredible story that science tells us. It's quite an astonishing story, more incredible than anything else. So in what way is that like a vision or a dream? It's like a vision or a dream in that it's being created from moment to moment. I suppose all the memories that we have, the sense of history, is also electrical. It's all electrical signals being formed into our sense of reality from moment to moment. So, is that a good answer to why the world is like a vision and a dream? Are you still regarding the dream in which you're hearing this video as somehow solid, as somehow real, as somehow a reality out there? Or are you appreciating this reality's dreamlike nature? And this isn't an intellectual exercise. The whole point of it is to come back to the reality of that which is experiencing this. Come back to awareness. I'll look at the other questions in this verse in the next video.